opening question.
What is the meaning of life? A question as old as humanity itself, and yet just as urgent today as it was thousands of years ago. We ask it when sleepless nights stretch endlessly before us. We ask it when we stand by the sea, listening to the waves. We ask it when a victory suddenly feels hollow, or when a loss shakes our very heart. Is meaning something given? A truth we simply need to uncover? Or is it something we must create ourselves through our choices, our thoughts, the way we live each single day? From ancient times until now, philosophers have offered answers, sometimes with clarity, sometimes with more questions. Today, I want to take you on a journey through 5 timeless lessons that may help you discover the meaning of your own life more consciously and perhaps reshape it anew.
Poetic reflection.
There are moments when life feels like a vast, empty page. We stand before it, pen in hand, unsure of which lines to draw, which colors to choose, which story to tell. And then there are moments when the page already seems full with expectations, with voices from outside, with paths we never truly chose ourselves. In both cases, we sense meaning is not something that simply waits for us. Meaning arises when we consciously write ourselves into the story. Perhaps it is not a distant goal we one day arrive at. Perhaps it is found in the way we guide the pen today. Just as the Stoics taught, meaning does not lie in the things we cannot control. It lies in the attitude with which we meet life. Perhaps meaning is less an answer and more a quiet conversation between ourselves and the world.
Before we turn to these 5 lessons, remember this. Philosophy is not just theory. It is guidance for living. Each idea we will explore is less a distant abstraction and more a compass meant to be tested, practiced, and woven into daily life. Lesson 1. Time is our most precious wealth. Seneca once wrote, "It is not that we have too little time, but that we waste so much of it." Time is the only treasure no one can increase, and yet we treat it as though it were infinite. We cram our days with hurry, with endless to-do lists, with constant distractions, forgetting that life happens only here, only now. To find meaning is to recognize finitude, not to live in fear, but to awaken.
Lesson 2. Meaning lies in attitude, not in outcome. Epictetus said, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but the opinions we hold about them." We cannot control what life brings us, but we can choose how we interpret it. Meaning is less an outer state and more an inner stance. Even in pain, even in failure, we can find significance if we choose to see experience as a teacher.
Lesson 3. Relationships are the core of being human. Epicurus wrote, "Of all the things which wisdom provides to make life entirely happy, the greatest is friendship." We are not solitary creatures. Meaning is not found in isolation, but in sharing,
in conversation, in a smile, in silent companionship. Friendship, love, community, these are not side notes. They are the soil in which meaning grows.
Lesson 4. Memento Mori, the power of finitude. The Stoics reminded themselves each day, memento mori. Remember death, not as a threat, but as liberation. For the one who accepts mortality lives more awake. They do not postpone the essential. They recognize that every single day is a gift. Meaning is not found in eternity. Meaning is found in the intensity of the moment.
Lesson 5. We create meaning ourselves. Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Perhaps there is no pre-written purpose. Perhaps it is we who crafted through our lives, in our choices, in our dreams, in our way of turning wounds into strength. Meaning is not a treasure buried somewhere far away. It is a flame we must ignite ourselves.
Mirror of daily life. You scroll through the seemingly perfect lives of others, their travels, their success, their beauty, and you ask, what is my purpose? A Stoic thought may help. Your worth is not found in the judgment of others, but in the way you stand with yourself. Exams, expectations, endless performance. You feel overwhelmed. But Epictetus would say, you do not control the outcome, but you control how clearly and how bravely you step forward. Words cut, disappointment burns. Here, wisdom may mean pausing before reacting, not searching for meaning in the fight, but in the attempt to reconnect. A dream collapses. A person leaves. In such moments, everything may seem meaningless. But Viktor Frankl, who survived the horrors of the concentration camps, taught us, even in suffering, meaning can be found, if we meet it with a chosen stance. So it becomes clear, the meaning of life is not just a theory. It is a tool to be used in everyday life, especially when things get hard.
Quiet ending.
Perhaps the search for life's meaning is not about reaching a final destination. Perhaps meaning arises not when we finally discover the answer, but when we choose to live today with awareness. The Stoics taught us, we cannot stop the storm, but we can learn to set our sail in such a way that the wind carries us forward. So the question remains for you, which of these 5 lessons speaks to your life most strongly right now? Is it the reminder of mortality that wakes you more fully, the importance of friendship, or the freedom to create meaning for yourself? Perhaps you will discover that meaning does not lie somewhere outside you. It already glows, quietly, gently, within.